In Numbers chapter 30, we could read from verse 1 to the verse 14. Read as fast as you can.
Numbers chapter 30, verse 1.
Verse 1
and
to
Moses
the verse
spake,
14. Yes.
And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes, according to the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord had commanded.
Yes.
If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeded out of his mouth.
3.
If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth.
Now listen. If a woman makes a vow and she's in her father's house in her youth,
and her father hear her vow,
and the father hears the vow,
and her bond wherewith she had bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her.
Now listen. There is something that we as present day Christians must understand. Can I do this to be sure you are listening? Hello. Okay. When you give birth to a girl in Hebraic context, when the girl starts to menstruate, you sit with her and discuss sex as a decision by the girl. Listen. And on a premise of permission by the father. Baby, I make kono enyetro e ma wadwimu nyeo he very simple.
Where I'm going to is actually simple, and so do not be at sea concerning what I'm talking about.
A journey obaba betenase.
A father must sit with the daughter.
Na wakachre ne baba ne se.
And the father would instruct the daughter this way.
Wo your babunu.
You are a virgin.
Dinsie se.
Take a vow that
ufri wupem.
That of your own volition, you will not have intercourse with any man until the day I, your father, will appoint a man for you.
That's one. A girl of her own will stand before the father and say, Father, I vow my virginity that I will know no man till the one you will give me. If a father has not done that with the daughter, and the daughter has not done that with the son, the girl is under no vow to keep virginity for anything. She is waiting for the day she will break her sexual virginity by her choice. Can we go over this again?
Yes, Pastor.
So if you are here and you have not spoken to your father under vows, and your father has not demanded under vows the keeping of your virginity, this is the reason why if a man forcibly sleeps with a girl, the matter must be referred to the girl's father, because of the context of the vows that has been taken that might have been violated. So who was Mary? Mary was a virgin under vows. She was not just a lady that was not married or had not known a man. She was a virgin under vows, and her father heard her vow and her bond wherewith she had bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her. Then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she had bound her soul shall stand.
But if her father disallow her in the day that he heareth, not any of her vows or of her bonds wherewith she had bound her soul shall stand, and the Lord shall forgive her, because her father disallowed her. And if she had at all an husband, when she vowed or uttered aught out of her lips wherewith she had bound her soul, and her husband heard it and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it, then her vows shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she had bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow. Then he shall make her vow
which she vowed,
and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect, and the Lord shall forgive her. But every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bound their souls shall stand against her.
Hold on. Do you know? You see, when you read the New Testament, there are serious things in the New Testament that if you don't understand the Hebraic culture, you will not get it. Paul says, if a lady be taken after 80 years as a widow enlisted in the church, please listen. These are things that people don't get. Permit me. There is a man in Nigeria. People will walk with their daughters and give their daughters to him. There is a man in Nigeria. People will give their wives to him, not for the purpose of wrong, but for the purpose of ministry. Please get it. This is what people didn't understand about the situation, that they are making all manner of stupid stories out of the situation. So Paul says, let not a widow be taken into the number under 80 years old, having been the wife of one man. Look at verse 10. Read for me.
Well reported of for good works, if she had brought up children, if she had lodged strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, if she have relieved the afflicted, if she have diligently followed every good work.
Yes. Read on.
But the younger widows refuse. For when they had begun to wax wanton against Christ.
Hold on. When they have begun to wax wanton against Christ,
they will marry.
Listen, I want to explain certain things to you. Read that in the NIV, only the verse 11, so that you now get to know the power of a pastor. Read.
As for younger widows,
do
not put them on such
a list.
For when their sensual desires overcome their dedication to Christ, they want to marry.
They will now want to marry. What does it mean? Paul was making an assertion and a reference from the book of Numbers. Listen, please listen to me very well. There was post-marital vows, marital vows, and pre-marital vows. There was a vow a girl took when she was under her father. There was a vow a woman takes when she is under her husband. Then there was a vow a woman could also take when the husband is dead and she's now a widow. What does it mean? People, listen. CCI, grow up. We are not here doing church like everybody's church. We are reading the scripture and obeying the scripture. Whatever thing somebody is saying, go and find out the explanation. I really don't know about them. So for instance, can I have a small girl? You, come quickly. You come. Okay, no, wait. Come, you come. No, not you. You come. Hurry up. Good. Pastor Sicho, come. I want you to watch this. Mama, please come. Watch this. Understand what is going on in the Bible. And yes, because you don't understand the culture and the context. Come to the middle. Stand here. Pastor Sicho, stand here. Mama, stand here. Good. This is the power you women have. And don't let anybody manipulate you. What is your power? This is an unmarried girl. She is a virgin. She can make a vow that until I am married, I will never have sex. She can also make another vow which I don't want to use my mouth to say, you can think of any vow. Whatever vow she makes, her father must hear about it. If the father hears it and says, no, my child, I don't permit you to have sex, I'm done. I won't say more than that. I hope you heard what I said. I am your father. I say go. You people will call it fornication. It is not fornication. I am your father. I say don't marry a man you have not slept with. I am your father. You have taken a vow that before you will never sleep with a man unless he is married to you. I have overthrown that vow. I am your father. And you must now sit with your father and find out, Daddy, why? Why is it that I want to give myself to the Lord? And you are saying no. You now go back and read 1 Corinthians chapter 7. He said, if a man decides to keep his virgin and has no necessity, now concerning the things whereof you wrote unto me, it is good that a man will not touch a woman. So we are talking about sex here. A man should not touch a woman. That is an euphemistic English figurative expression. Everybody should get it. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render to the wife due benevolence. But then, if a man, Pastor Daniel, read for me.
But if any man
think
that he behaveth himself,
that he is behaving himself
uncomely toward his virgin.
Hold on. You people don't understand what we are saying here. He is saying that in those days, when men say, my daughter, you will not sleep with a man until you are married, it is uncomely. If
a certain father tells the daughter, my daughter, until you marry, you cannot have sex. Let not the father think that what he's doing is wrong, and that what he's doing is something that is contrary to the daughter.
Read it in the NIV. It will come out well. Let's go. Please be quick with me.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 36.
Verse 36.
In the NIV.
Read in the NIV.
If anyone is worried, that he might not be acting honorably.
Hold on. Today's generation, you don't understand that thing, because you have come into a certain thing you call Christianity, and Paul is telling you that there was a season that men thought to say that their daughters will not have sex until marriage. They were seen as acting, it was not honorable. Read it again.
If anyone is worried,
listen, it was a matter of worry. If anyone is worried, I
do not want her to have intercourse with a man.
Think about it.
Is what I'm doing good or not?
Do you think that any father will worry today that he has taken a decision that his daughter should not have sex with a man before marriage? Who thinks about that? But in the Bible days, it was a matter that Paul had to address so that the men would think differently, because what they were doing to the general populace, it was not honorable. That is what I've been telling you. If you sleep with somebody, it's a matter between your father and the person. I've said this over and over again. I'm hearing from certain quarters, some are saying, and that's